Across Taiwan, food is used as an offering, whether to the ancestral spirits of the island's indigenous peoples or to the gods of those who came later. I've traveled to the indigenous village of Taramak in Taidong County on Taiwan's jungly, mountainous east coast to meet the men of the Rukai tribe as they prepare to hunt wild boar. Although gun ownership and hunting are outlawed in Taiwan, tribes like the Rukai are given an exception since hunting is vital to their culture and survival. Even though there are 16 recognized indigenous tribes in Taiwan, they make up just 3% of the population. Since tribal traditions do not allow women to go on the hunts, I meet up with the men beforehand.
我们是一个团队，可以互相的支援，互相见。明天见，
明天一起吃饭喝酒。Back in the village, I meet the legendary Elise Laborate, who runs a restaurant kitchen where she prepares the offerings brought down from the mountain. Elise, or Lily as her friends call her, is not only the first woman in her tribe to go to college, she's also a PhD candidate, a grandmother, and a chef dedicated to keeping her cultural heritage alive.
Hi, Daniel.
How are you?
Welcome to Dawana. Dawana is a place that's for everybody to rest.
Oh, well, yeah. I already feel very tranquil here.
We still hunt. We're still hunting, and we're still very close intimacy with the forest. So that's my ideas of nature is what we get from the nature. When the hunter come back from the harvest of the forest, then they are not only harvest the meat, they also bring some of the, on the way they saw the forage some of the food.
What is all of this?
Okay, this is a mountain salt.
Mountain salt?
Yeah, we say both.
Uh-huh.
You know, if you can have a try.
Okay. Oh, it's
Sour,
salty.
Salty?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so good. It's a seasoning?
Yeah. Then usually that's only grow in the mountain, the high tree. Then they will pick up, and also we bring to your food too.
Ooh, so you're cooking with this today?
Yeah, there's some of the pork. This is the wild tomato, and you will bump with dana, and this become your dipping.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. It has a really great kind of like a slippery feeling to the mouth, right?
And this is a vegetable fern.
Oh, this is the wild fern. Do you have this all year round?
Yeah.
You do? Because in the U.S., we actually grow these ferns as houseplants. And is this kind of a basil?
A spinach.
A spinach.
Wild spinach. Oh. Yeah, then you collect the seeds and spray over.
Oh, so it just self-sows?
Yeah.
Everything you eat is sustainable and foraged locally.
Yes. This is we call wakam.
What kind of meat is that? It looks like slabs of juicy bacon.
There is a bucking deer and a wild boar.
Wild boar.
Yeah, and some of the wild chicken. In the mountain, they will have a hunter cottage. They will build a stone oven like this. So maybe when he went to the forest mountain, then 4 days or 1 week, all his harvest hunting meat, then he will process to make a smoke. So they can lightly to bring down from the mountain.
They process the meats when they're killed.
Yeah. Then they can easily carry down for wild boar, jammak, deer, and everything. Then they will have some herb put under put on the wakam on top, the fragrance or essential oil of the meat will be sort of very different. If you study linguistic anthropologies or DNA, you realize Austronesians speaking family is toward Taiwan, to all over the Pacific.
So Taiwan's the mother.
Yes, because Taiwan have kept mostly the oldest classical languages for all the Austronesian. And from the history, the archaeological sites, you still can find in Taiwan. That is the most important. If you go to Hawaii, Polynesian region like Maori, Tahiti, they still have a sign languages. Taiwan, we've been living in Taiwan because of outsider keep pushing us, some of the indigenous people, because the outsider from Han Chinese, they pushing us to the mountain, become the Buno, become the Paiwan toward Pacific. We belong to Taiwan before anybody, and we still here. Musuwa kakurua nayan Kiristo kia dobinai musuwa kakurua nayan. All right.
Okay.
And we'll go with your white vegetable.
Eat my house plants. Your living tradition.
Yeah, I live in tradition, but reach out the whole world.
It's a short trip from the mountains to the sea, where I joined the Amis, an ocean-faring tribe perched on Taiwan's eastern intertidal zone. The Amis, the largest of the island's indigenous groups, are traditionally matrilineal, and the women I meet are called mermaids, for reasons I'll soon find out. I join them on the day's forage to see what the ocean has to offer. This means clambering over sharp, slippery rocks and dodging the choppy waters and wind, all while keeping an eye out for the tiny shells we'll soon be cooking for lunch. I try my best to keep up with the mermaids, but they move amazingly quickly and nimbly.
黑绿萝，
黑绿萝是可以吃的吗？
可以吃。
哦。
它在长在这里，石头旁边哦，是不是？你看，
哦，
这是你在这里翻起来。
This is the sea cucumber. Look at it. The head is up here and the body is actually growing as I'm holding it. It's probably a defense, trying to wiggle its way free. Anybody want fresh sea cucumber? The ocean is the refrigerator for the Amis tribe. Whenever they wanted fresh seafood, when she was growing up here 40 years ago, she would just head to the ocean to find the freshest seafood. We're taking the tender shoots of this vegetable for stir fry. It's like picking tea leaves. You want to pick the most tender shoots.
Ah, 沿路这样回去。那你就快打台风很大。刚才我跟你讲的就是昨天拿的，我一下对不对？然后那个你的直接这样推，推到放，对，就这样。然后这个就哦，对，是咸的东西，它有杀菌的功能。对。
嘴巴放，
因为这个手是
往嘴巴放，对，就这样，
拿着手
吃哦。
Oh,
你要配它，
with sticky rice.
你要配
不要
它
吃了，这地方就很慢。
买花莲的就不一样了，
就手拿
花莲的
捏一捏，吃一捏，
捏
一捏，捏久一点。
哦嘟噜
就像等于是那个
花莲那边的不一样，我们有杀菌的功能。
对，
对，
正好
带给我们
toasting to the successful foraging trip where, you know, even though it was rocky out, we were safe, we were protected, and we came back with all this bounty of sustenance.
Hatinya makera ko haru upir aro tutano kayo yo amis kami awat hatinya awat.
After our impromptu picnic on the beach and a few more shots of herbal liquor, we head to the nearby kitchen and restaurant, where the mermaids are, why am I not surprised, also excellent chefs. Using mostly a wok and a steamer, they set out a stunningly diverse array of traditional foods, taken mostly from the ocean's morning offerings.
这个要拆掉，然后这个要这样，这个就直接这样，最上面的心要从中间这样拔掉。
These are the shells that we forage. They've just been tossed in water, and we're gonna eat them with these toothpicks. And this is also a seafood forward dish. It's actually fish eggs, foraged seaweed tossed with carrots, boar meat, and onions. This I love, the sea grapes, wild, bitter melon greens. The wild foraged vegetable also made its way into the soup here, and it has a citrusy taste to it. Finally, every meal is not complete without the rice, and this is a sticky rice here in this beautiful rice container.
If you explore Taiwan's nooks and crannies, you're liable to come across an elaborate feast for the gods every night. In Tainan, I happened upon some friendly people who saw me admiring their spread and insisted that I join their banquet, which was an elaborate feast they had prepared for a local god's birthday.
So we're right behind this temple. It's one of the gods' birthdays. So these lovely people here prepared this sumptuous feast to pray. It's an altar table for the gods. Whole fish, whole lobster, delicious soup. Whether it's tomb sweeping or it's somebody's birthday or it's a god's birthday, they'll put out their best food for the gods. So it's a prayer table. And then after the gods have their share, then us mortals will finish the rest.
可以啊，好，隔壁的那个豆浆店烧的，等一下哦。
Pretty soon, we were giddy, me because of the fresh soybean milk from the vendor next door, and them because of the beer.
中期，
中期啊，叫中区啊，锅牛巷，大概。
哎呦，很好喝，谢谢。
真的啦，很好喝。
很好，谢谢。这话就要喝一大口啊！
哎呀，你看，有大壶。是啊。
It's the god's birthday. We've got to pay our respects to the god. There's so many temples all around Tainan, and they came here from China in the 18th century, so about 300 years ago. And their three brothers, we're celebrating one of their birthdays. He's 3,000 years old today, and the three brothers protect this neighborhood. Another part of the offering is to burn paper money so that the gods or your ancestors have enough to use in their afterlife.
The best known way in which food takes on a spiritual role is in the cuisine prepared by the island's Buddhist temples. Here, not only is food an offering, but the act of eating is a form of meditation. I head to Dharma Drum Monastery in Taipei for a little zen with my dinner.
In temple cuisine, our purpose is to invite people to learn the teaching of the Buddha. So we have a popular Buddhist quote. It said, if the food wheel does not move, the Dharma wheel cannot turn. It means the food play a key role to spreading the teaching of the Dharma, because people come to the temple and they eat it and they feel it's good, it's delicious, and they want to stay here to learn something, to understand something.
Are the majority of people in Taiwan Buddhists?
According to the status of the religious population, Buddhism is the largest tradition, and the religion tradition. We have this called the tempeh with the seasonal vegetables. Yeah, and this is the pan-fried tofu. This is the stew of seasonal ingredient using the Chinese herbs and spices. You should try to meditate when you cook, so it can be something like cooking meditation.
I was watching them cook, and they have such precision. You know, the tofu is cut just right. Everything is in the same size. It's very beautiful, and I do see this sort of meditative aspect. You know, just the cutting, the seaweed, or what have you.
We have a famous Buddha's teaching. It's about before we eat food, we should do some reflection to reflect on our relationship with food. So it has it's called the 5 contemplation before a meal. They have 5 rules, and the first one is let us reflect on our work and the effort of those who bring us this food. The second, be aware of the quality of our deeds as we receive this meal. The third, the most essential is the practice of mindfulness, which help us to transcend greed, anger, and delusion. And the fourth, we appreciate this food, which sustains the good health of our body and mind. And the fifth, in order to continue our practice for all sentient beings, we accept this offering.
So you've been here for 10 years.
Yeah.
How have you evolved?
I enjoy all the process, because my motivation for being a monk is to share the Dharma to the public.
After the austere serenity of Dharma Drum Temple, I experienced Buddhist observance and cooking on an entirely different scale at Foraging, Taiwan's largest monastery, located outside of Kaohsiung in southern Taiwan. I'm bowled over by the sheer size of the monastery, which sits on more than 250 acres and boasts a Buddha over 100 feet tall. Tourists arrive daily by the busload to eat at one of the many restaurants on the grounds, including the vegetarian buffet at the Buddha Museum, where meals are affordable, fresh, and seasonal. In fact, food is one of the key portals through which the monastery spreads its dharma and teachings.
Who visits? Are they mostly Buddhists or?
Not only Buddhists, but also tourists, people of different religions. They all come here to the Buddha Museum.
How many people do you feed here a day?
When there's no events, like 20,000. When there is an event, like a bigger, like Chinese New Year's, probably 200,000 people. The first floor is a tea house, water drop tea house where you can eat. And the second floor is for drinking tea, for like tea chime and stuff. So you can have classes over there.
Well, I noticed that you have such a variety of cuisines. You know, it's not just Chinese food. You have Japanese, Thai, Italian, American.
Yeah.
What's behind that philosophy?
We want to bring people, not only Asians, but people of different ethnics over to Taiwan, to the Buddha Museum, to hope they enjoy and know more about vegetarian.
给人家吃饭。对，这边呢就会是吃。
There are 50 tables here for people to eat, and over here they have 5 different types of vegetables and soup.
This is the nuggets, and this is the vegetarian nugget, and this is cha sao, the vegetarian cha sao, and vegetarian barbecue pork. Yeah. And this is the spring roll, and this is made of the sticky rice, fruits, and tom yum, and this is made of the peanuts. Tofu made of peanuts. It's not made of soybean.
You can really get any flavors you want here. These are the small dishes that accompany every meal. So they'll have like 30 or so small dishes to choose from that are natural, fresh, daily. Everything looks so beautiful and delicious and colorful. This is a turnip cake or radish cake. You often find it at dim sum, and it's made of grated radish mixed with rice and then steamed. You have to soak the rice for 6 hours. So she's not using rice flour, she's making it from raw rice. This is really, I think, the best part of the meal. You get a bowl of rice or a bowl of noodle, and then you choose whatever small appetizer dishes you want to accompany it with. It's a braised vegetarian tomato soup with noodles. Really, trying to capture the essence of the vegetables. So by stir frying it, it brings more nutrition out of the tomatoes. Why is vegetarianism so important to temple cuisine?
Because we're promoting environmental protection, and it's also protecting the animals. So that's why we promote vegetarian, because vegetarian is protecting the environment. We're also protecting ourselves to purify our body.
She's gonna make a Taiwanese dessert. It's a jelly. It's made from fig. This is what it looks like when it's cooked. It has a natural coagulant in there, so it's delicious jelly. You can eat it over shaved ice or just on its own. Why is food such an important part of this monastery?
Because Venerable Master Xing Yun, our founder, actually said that culinary is a type of art, and since we're a museum, we use culinary to propagate the Dharma, to let people know more about Buddhism.
Yeah, I think it's such a great gateway to, becoming interested about the philosophy behind the food and therefore Buddhism in general. So thank you.
Thank you.
Everywhere I traveled in Taiwan, I found food for thought.